welcome back. I'm Jasmine Kiles. You're joined with us again. If you're just joining us, it's here on AWS On Air. And we are back here with my favorite co-host. Okay, one of my favorites. I have all my favorites here at Reinforce with us. Wow. But we're here with none other than AM.
Hey, I'm AM Grabelny. I'm a developer advocate here at AWS for AWS Game Day, which Jasmine also gets to work on as well. Yep. We're talking with our friends from Fortinet, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Introduce yourself, please.
Lior Cohen. I'm a product manager at Fortinet, focusing on cloud-native security solutions. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're glad you're here, Lior. All right, let's get into it. So tell us what you're here to talk about today. I think it's a little bit of some firewall.
Exactly, yeah. We need some firewall to kind of keep things interesting, for sure. So essentially, cloud-native network security. Some people kind of moving to the cloud are like, you know, they're in it for the productivity for sure, and for moving fast for sure. But we're just learning again and again that cloud network security is as important, even in the cloud. But cloud networking is essentially different. It's really different. It's like there's no more that symmetrical kind of one cable through which all my traffic goes in and out. And then we've even heard in today's keynote that with new kind of introduction of new types of VPC endpoints, that like traffic traveling laterally, traffic going ingress, traffic going egress, each take different paths. So you need special solutions and dedicated solutions for these kind of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're talking network security, right, that's a pretty massive part of the security landscape in general to begin with. But like you said, people are used to working in maybe, you know, data centers. They're not used to necessarily all the changes that will happen when they move to any cloud, right? And a lot of that comes with the fact that a lot of this is not connected to a physical device anymore. You can't touch it any longer, right?
Yep.
It's not yours. It's something that is software-based, typically, right? So what are the big differences that you see with customers moving to the cloud that really catches them off guard first about their network security?
So first of all, I'll give it to customers credit that they think security inwards really well. I want to keep the bad guys out.
Keep them out.
Yeah, that people do that really well. And generally, in a world where things flow through a single cable, that works pretty well. But the piece that sometimes kind of sneaks under customers is like, okay, traffic going out of my network may be as risky as traffic coming in. Like people are deploying new VMs, right? And then these VMs are going out for updates and they're trying all kinds of things out of these VMs. These things can potentially introduce threats into their protected networks, even though they're not kind of accessible from the outside. So that's kind of one thing that people are really kind of starting to become more and more aware of, right? The other thing is traffic that's laterally traveling throughout the cloud network and kind of from one VPC to another, from one AZ to another, from one subnet to another, from one account to another, that also needs special attention because of the fact like we have all these different VPC endpoints for all kinds of PaaS services. We have all kinds different traffic takes different discrete routes. So that's another element where customers are also starting to see they need to pay more special attention to. So the fact that these different types of traffic kind of take different paths requires specific solutions, but obviously this is pretty complicated. So they definitely need solutions that are easy to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what is unique about Fortinet's solution.
So Fortinet's FortiGate CNF, Cloud Native Firewall, is unique as it brings our many years of experience in high-performance network security with our kind of intelligent network security and all of our threat intelligence that we're collecting with FortiGuard. It brings all that in a form of a cloud-native network security solution. The Fortinet solution can actually secure entire regions. So we're not limited to only a single VPC or a single subnet for each one of these CNF instances, we call them, or a single kind of AZ, or even a single AWS account. You can actually attach a single FortiGate CNF instance to multiple AWS accounts as long as they reside within the region. So it's kind of a regional construct. It automatically scales to whatever performance needs that you have. It automatically provides high availability, whatever kind of failure introduced in the environment or whatnot, it kind of overcomes that. And again, it provides that consistent security across that entire region for customers. So essentially, the scale aspect and the ability to aggregate security for the entire region is pretty unique with the solutions. So we take in our kind of trusted and proven experience in the security space and wrapped it into a very cloud-native offering that offers, again, this kind of region-wide security specifically for egress cases and for east-west cases, because we've identified that in the cloud, egress and east-west, or that lateral movement and kind of that outbound traffic, these are the areas that are most often less paid attention to, whereas, again, people are like really good at their inbound kind of thinking of like keeping the bad guys out.
Yeah.
Now, here on AWS On Air, we like to bring everybody along in the conversation with us. So we may have a lot of people out there who are not familiar with network security. I'm not necessarily a network security expert myself either. And a lot of people are not coming from that data center background either. Some people are coming straight to cloud first.
Yep.
What are some ways, can you outline when approaching network security that I should be paying attention to, right? So we've already talked ingress and egress. What about malicious IPs, geofence? Could you take us through some of the ideas of how to protect a network?
So I think that's a great question, and kind of bringing these things a little bit down to earth into the practical and the specific use case. So, right, outbound security. I want to secure outbound. It sounds like a nice idea, but what does it really mean? So obviously not everyone knows every kind of malicious actor, their IP address, and so forth, right? People don't know that. But security companies like Fortinet, we have over 650,000 customers worldwide. We kind of monitor and we collect threat intelligence from many resources out on the internet. And we maintain a very comprehensive database of malicious IPs. So we allow the customers that are like, okay, I want to apply the simplest form of outbound security to my infrastructure to just say, okay, block all malicious IPs. So they'll kind of gain the benefit of the entire threat database, FortiGuard threat database, and be able to kind of use it at their fingertips for protecting all their resources from communicating out to IP addresses that are known to be malicious, kind of bad actors, known to have launched attacks in the past or whatnot. So that's kind of one piece, is that malicious IP. You want to get that out of the bat. The other piece is some companies, some organizations are only allowed to communicate within the boundaries of some countries, right? Data in Europe has to stay in Europe. GDPR dictates that, right? So how do you do that in a very simple way when it comes to outbound security? Pretty simple. You have resources in a European region, maybe in London. You define a geofence that says any traffic that goes out of that region stays in Europe. As simple as that. So we provide, kind of using country codes, we provide customers the ability to kind of very easily define, like, from this region, traffic is only allowed into these countries. That's it.
Yeah. This regional model seems to be a very good value proposition for people, especially when you talk about data privacy and compliance. But you mentioned the number of customers that you have at Fortinet. How can existing customers take advantage of the CNF gateway?
So that's a good question. What we recommend is, first of all, looking at this for addressing all these kind of blind spots, if you would, or all these rogue or kind of sprawl of cloud resources that you, like, I mean, it's inevitable. Every company has. Many people experiment. They spin up new EC2 instances. They spin up more workloads. So what we recommend is attach these kind of unattended VPCs really quickly to a CNF instance and protect your outbound traffic. Define your geofences, define your malicious IP blocking, get that done. That's available through our free trial. If for free for the first 14 days, you can experiment that. You can kind of use that and manage it with your existing FortiManager, and just use it as much as you want. And kind of, it's all a very dynamic procurement model too.
I love it. Lior, unfortunately, our time is up here today, but go get that free trial. Check it out. Go check out Fortinet for all your network security needs. And stay tuned, because we'll be right back with more here live from Reinforce.